Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hey, Sam. Good to have you back. Samantha Lopez. I'm Deric Poston. And this is CNN. What were you going to say?
I was going to say CNN. I just forgot my cue.
I can tell. This is CNN, guys, where we bring you the top news stories and the best movies that we can bring you. And everyone on our panel is gay, of course.
Of course.
Of course. It's CNN.
Or on the spectrum.
Yeah. What, you're going to get the news from a straight person? Ridiculous. Sam, it's good to be back. I am going to tell the Beaners this, the Bean Mafia. Your boy's injured. Your boy's hurt right now. Do I play through injuries? Am I the only podcaster who podcasts through injury? Yeah. You know why? Because it's always the playoffs for me.
It is.
I'm always Game 7. Okay? That's how I live my life. In Game 7.
Here you are. Where was Kawhi last night?
Hurt. I don't have time for it. All right? Kawhi wasn't playing. And DeAndre Ayton had a game-winning dunk. That's where that happened last night.
That's where we are.
That's where we are in our lifetime. Okay?
Time.
Okay? But your boy, his hip is done. I went to the doctor. The doctor said, Deric, you don't even have a hip anymore. That's what he said to me. He said, Deric, your fucking hip is gone. You don't even have one. You've been walking on your knee and your rib cage.
Ugh,
Everything else there is gone.
Ew, stop.
And I'm still playing through it, and I'm still podcasting through it because I love you guys. Because you are my everything. You are who I'm going to marry. You are who I'm going to have kids with.
You guys
and it's
do that
all
with
of you.
him.
You said what?
I said, yeah, you guys do that with him.
Sam doesn't want to do it?
You're disgusting.
Why?
You're just describing this horrible... Ugh.
My injury. Well, it's your fault.
It's my fault.
Well, I'm learning from you to blame your spouse with everything. I'm learning from the best. I'm taking your key. I'm learning from you learn from who you're around. So everything is your fault.
What did I do? Do you have? But see, this is what you need to learn. The great master is to have a ready-to-go answer for that. Why is it my fault?
Oh yeah, you always have a ready-to-go answer.
Of course,
always, no matter what it is in life.
Of course, I wouldn't just say that without having information to back it up.
I just say things. It's Sam's fault. Your boy's hip is fucking fucked up. I tore my labrum. That's what it really is, and it's bad. But I play through.
We're icing him.
I'm going to the pool. I'm doing, my stretches. Like once we get done with the pod, I'll do my my band stuff. But that's what I got to do. I got to play through. I got to be a champion. You know what I mean? Was I the original LeBron James? Am I the original Jordan flu game? Probably. That's probably me. That's the energy I feel today. I feel like I'm Jordan, flu game 5. I think game 5. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. Or was it game 6?
Do you need a pillow?
Couldn't have been
or
game
something?
6. Had to be game 4 or 5. Huh?
Would you like a pillow?
Maybe game 3. What?
Would you like a pillow?
No, I'm okay. I'm gonna podcast through this. I'm very comfortable.
Okay,
it's a very comfy couch. It's just it's a 70s couch, so it's not good for any of your joints.
That's why I said you want some kind of pillow.
No, I'm okay. Isn't that weird that anything made in the 70s was bad for your body?
I don't know if that's it exactly.
I meant like furniture.
Yeah, probably. It's hard to sit up in this couch.
That's what I mean. Whereas now they know, like, oh, people want to be able to get up easy.
Yeah.
Whereas back then, this is the idea of the 70s of like, no, low couch, man. Yeah, you sit like that, man. And everybody's like this, man. And that's the energy I'm talking about. This couch is a very...
This might be a 60s couch.
This is a very...
This is like a turn from 60s to the 70s.
It could be a 60s couch. This couch is very Big Lebowski.
It is. That's exactly how it feels.
If somebody were to pee on this couch, I'd fucking kill him. I get it, Big. They peed on his rug. Not cool. Dude. Sam, I'm so excited for today's movie. Because you're a woman. You have, a woman brain, a woman's thoughts. Some would even say a woman's desires. Some would say, not me.
Some.
But today's movie is mind-blowing. Today's movie is genius. Today's movie, it was the first time I ever saw the movie.
So this was someone else's suggestion?
Not only someone else's suggestion, Sam, this is a paid-for episode.
What? Is this brought to us by one of our own, very own Bean Gang Bean?
This is a Bean Gang Bean brought to you on by the Bean Gang Bean episode.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mr. Adam Rodriguez.
What up, Adam?
Adam, you son of a bitch. I'm assuming you're Mexican. If you're not, your last name, figure it out, buddy.
He could be like Venezuelan.
Could be something. Well, it's Mexican. All that stuff's Mexican. Adam, you bean. You fucking bean. You picked a great fucking movie, dog. I had never seen this movie. And I know you're assuming, Deric, of course you've seen this movie. Well, guess what, Adam? Stop being racist. I didn't see it.
Ooh, it's about black people?
No, it's not. But he's just being racist because, probably assumed I saw it. The title is what gets you.
Oh.
That's why I never saw it, because I thought it was what you just said. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And I was wrong. This movie is fucking beautifully artistic, and that's why it's such a cult classic. That's why it's on TV all the time. Oh my God, I saw it all the time.
Sure, I've not seen this movie?
You have not seen this movie. Trust me, you haven't even heard of this movie. You're a dumb woman. Adam, dude, this is a fucking banger. And you know what's so weird? I know so much about this movie, and yet I knew nothing.
Oh.
I knew so much about it because I thought I knew what it was from like all those VH1. Remember those? I'm not going to say the era, but remember those VH1? I love the blinkety blanks.
Yeah.
It was one of those eras, and I saw them talk about it on that.
Okay.
So I just, but you assume that you know everything from that. Like, oh, that's what that movie's about.
Yeah, you
and
just
then
kind of like have this general idea.
But you don't realize, like, hey, dude, they're joking. You don't even know what, and it's like, oh, that was not what that movie, like, that was a very small representation to take that and then like what I hear about it from like songs and things like that. You know what I mean?
Songs.
This movie is fucking incredible.
Okay, I think I know what this movie is.
This movie blew my mind. It really opened my brain.
Uh-huh.
Sam,
Yeah.
I'm so excited to tell you the whole thing. Also, if you're a new listener, this isn't a review podcast.
Nope.
I've had to, me and Sam have come to the conclusion lately that a lot of people come here thinking this is going to be a review.
Oh, there's some kind of like analysis.
Oh yeah, we're gonna break down blankety blank said movie, or let's say the last movie we just did. What was the last movie we just did together?
That we did together. We did together.
Oh, Sam just ruined that. This would come out. This is gonna come out before that.
Okay, I'll cut it out.
No, don't worry about it. It's funny. Sam's hilarious, but that's not what I was talking about.
What we did together.
The last episode that came out. That's so funny. That I literally just.
I didn't know this was coming up earlier.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna cut this out.
You don't want them to know.
No, it's better if it's a surprise.
You shouldn't cut it out. Just go. Meh, see if you can make put a bleep right there.
Okay.
That might be easier.
All right.
Bleep. It probably would be easier
Meow.
to just bleep it.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then you don't have to cut it out. It's probably easy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I can just bleep it.
yeah, it's way funnier too.
It is way funnier. All right, guys.
But
You're gonna figure out my Premiere Pro.
no, the last movie. Okay, let's just Burn After Reading. I just did with Hassan.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that was just posted. I'm sure a lot of people would assume there's a lot of podcasts out there where I'm sure they've broken down Burn After Reading. Mm-hmm. Fine, cool. Sure, there's podcasts where they do the analysis of Burn After Reading. Mm-hmm. Amazing. I'm sure there's podcasts where they may interview the cast of Burn After Reading and deep dive into all the behind the scenes of Burn After the Reading.
Of course.
And Sam, things that me and you would never know about, even if me and you did all the history, we could never have that in depth of a podcast about Burn After Reading. Mm-hmm. True. But Sam, are any of those things what Spoil the Beans is?
No, that is not what we do here.
We do not do that here. You're not coming here. That's why some people are like, oh, bro, you left out this part. You left out this. It's like, hey, bro, I'm not giving you an analysis. I'm giving you the movie. Well, hey, Derek, this scene, yeah, it's just the performance. I'm not telling you about the scene. I might give you some shit if I know some shit. I might. If I know some shit, I might tell you some shit. Mm-hmm. But that's not what this is about. You're not coming for analysis. You're not coming for a review. You're not coming for what we think of the movie. You're coming for the movie. The only difference between this podcast and let's say the Burn After Reading episode is you just didn't put on the movie Burn After Reading.
Yeah, it's like when you put on a movie you've seen 100 times just to have it in the background.
Yes.
It's like that, except instead Deric is the movie.
I'm the movie.
And
me
or Hassan or Jeffrey are your friend.
Is you.
That's you, or your buddy that's also chilling with you.
That you're showing this movie to.
Yeah.
And that, you know, that feeling you get when you show somebody a new movie.
Feels good.
That's what this podcast is. This is not a review. This is not an analysis. So if this is your first episode and you're here, welcome. Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the experience.
Welcome to the fucking experience, dog. Because you're about to get the whole movie that you're looking at the title of this episode. You're about to get the whole fucking thing. I'm going to do the whole fucking thing. And I just saw this movie. So that's
really good.
That's what you, just so you know of, okay? It isn't like this is my favorite movie. Other episodes are my favorite movies. All right? I've seen them at least 3 to 4 times, 5 times. This I just saw. And it's fucking brilliant. Samantha, are you ready for me?
Yes.
To perform this movie for you?
Yes, I'm so excited.
But first, can you do me a favor?
What do you need me to do?
Can you tell me
Oh my gosh.
what you think happens
What?
in the film brought to you by the great Adam Rodriguez? Shout out Adam.
Adam, love that name. Good, solid Hebrew name.
Very Hebrew. We'll see what Samantha thinks of your taste, buddy. Sam, what happens? What do you think happens in the movie you've never seen that I'm about to tell you in full? Dead Presidents.
You were right. I have never even heard of this movie. I have no. Okay.
She's really thinking, if you're listening.
I am thinking. Okay. So there's something racial involved because you said he was racist. Okay, so it's HBCU.
Wow, Sam's so racist. Keep going. She said, what's the blackest thing I can think of? I know. Black school.
Well, I'm also kind of incorporating a sort of Dead Poet Society into this because of the dead thing. So I needed a college. So it's historically black college.
And you did hear me tell you that I was very surprised by how good this movie was. Remember earlier, I was like, I did not know it was this great.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was going to be like something more. I don't know what I thought it was going to be. Okay, so it's a bunch of guys. It's like at the beginning of, it's like this. The school is just kind of starting. It's like at the turn of the century or whatever.
Like a famous black college, like a Howard or something?
Yeah, some like big one. Yeah, definitely Howard.
Okay.
And it's a bunch of guys, and they're in like some fraternity, and like ritualistic stuff that they do in fraternities and the dance. No, this is old. This is like. This is before. This is like.
Not black people stepping with canes.
Oh, maybe
not that
they
kind of
step
fraternity.
with canes?
Yeah, that's what black people do in fraternities.
What's with the canes?
I don't know. They look cool when they do it.
I've never seen the canes. I thought we were talking about like a stomp the yard type thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, not that. I'm talking more of like this is like the early 1900s.
Okay.
That it's that era of time.
Okay.
Or whenever they first get historically black colleges.
Okay.
It's a bunch of like young black leaders and like young guys, and like they're like, this is their moment, and it's like this sort of like energy of like, this is the turn of everything and everything's changing.
Turn of the century kind of movie.
Yeah, that's that kind of vibe. And it's all about like the relationships between the guys as they like, and then one goes off to become a lawyer and the other one becomes like a famous like this at the end and the other this, and it's just like one of those coming of age tales.
You know what I thought you were gonna say, which I like your movie, but I thought it was gonna be more of like HBCU, right? And these black political young guys, almost like the great debaters, have their run-ins with these presidents who are now dead.
Ooh.
And it's like their stories of these now dead, and like they're not good people.
Yeah. No, I was gonna think the dead presidents thing was sort of like a Hal in the Dead Poets Society. It's just like sort of a thing they reference once.
Yeah.
Like it's maybe an inside part of their like ritual, like dead presidents living whatever, I don't know.
Well, you know what people mean when they say dead presidents, right?
No.
What are dead presidents on, Sam?
What are dead presidents? Oh, money. Oh, okay. Now that changes my whole concept of what this could be.
See, that's
about.
why I thought I liked your movie. Like, oh man, if you'd have went towards that, towards like,
ooh, I see what you're saying.
Who these dead presidents really were, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought that maybe been interesting.
I heard dead presidents, and I immediately went Dead Poets Society.
Yeah, but you didn't also know what dead
like,
presidents meant.
Yeah,
but now you know. Whenever somebody says dead presidents, they know they're talking about money.
Okay, who's saying that?
Everyone. That's just a saying. Especially rappers. Oh. Got some dead presidents to my money. Whenever you hear, it's one of those lines you've heard a rapper say a million times and you just ignored it because you didn't know what he was talking about, but he was talking about money. Mm. Samantha, are you ready to hear dead presidents?
I guess so.
Oh, my God. First of all, I got to tell you, you were 100% wrong. You didn't get anything right.
There weren't even black people in it?
Yes. There were black people in it. I don't know if that counts as being right.
Well, you said he was racist, and I picked a race, so.
No, I said he was, well, he is racist. I'm sure he would. Adam, never met you, buddy, but you got to be racist. There's no fucking way you're not. Because that's life, Sam. That's life. Ain't it funny? No, it's racist. That's what it is, Frank. Sam, before I tell you this movie, we got to pay some bills.
Ooh, with our dead presidents?
We got to pay the bills with some dead presidents. Sam, I've noticed you're not wearing a T-shirt today. You're wearing a dress.
I am. I was feeling kind of flowy.
You're feeling flowy, but you're looking sexy. But you know what kind of shirt I love you in?
A T-shirt?
A Hidden Village Customs T-shirt.
Those are my favorite kind.
Dude, www.hiddenvillagecustoms.com. The best shirts you'll ever put on your sexy body.
So soft.
So soft. So comfortable. The amazing designs.
Cool designs. They don't wear out in the wash.
They don't wear out in the wash.
That's what's most important.
That is actually the most important fact.
Before you do your wash.
Before I get into the graphic designs and all the things that, like, why I'm promoting them, the most important fact is, say it again, Sam.
I'm just saying, if you do laundry, you don't want your logos to wear off in the laundry. And
Facts.
They don't.
That's what Hidden Village Customs bring you. Guys, great shirts. They've made amazing stuff for us. I mean, like, they literally made me this amazing hoodie, and it's got Anthony Davis and LeBron James on it, but their heads are Goku and Vegeta. You know what I mean?
It's cool.
They got he made us shirts with Tom Brady on it, and it's like a rap album, but it's him when he's having a great time after winning his 7th Super Bowl.
And there's a design of us as Spinelli and what's his face?
Spicoli from Recess.
Not Spicoli.
Spicoli from Recess.
That's Spicoli from Recess.
But they make these amazing TJ, that's right. They make these amazing designs, combining like real life pictures with real cool anime, and the graphics are so amazing. The way they do it, the way it looks, guys. www.hiddenvillagecustoms.com. They're from the Bay Area. They support all the guys. They literally make shirts for like the local football teams, the local softball teams, like all around the community. They're great. They're
good
great
people.
So if you're in the San Francisco area, you're in the Bay Area, and you're a part of the Bean Mafia, go show www.hiddenvillagecustoms.com some love. Hidden Village Customs on all social media platforms. Shout out our boy Gabe. He is the owner. He is the creator. He gets it done. He is not a pedophile. Fingers crossed. Guys, go show him some love. Hidden Village Customs. Samantha.
Yes?
Did you notice we have lights?
I did.
Did you notice we have electricity?
Yes.
Did you notice we have a camera operating right now recording us as we are talking? There are microphones as well. There's a Zoom recorder also recording us as we are talking. Did you notice these things?
I'm picking up on that.
You're picking up on it?
Yeah.
Sam, somebody has to pay for all that.
Who would pay for all this?
The president, not dead, but alive, of this podcast, Mr. Darren Bates. Darren Bates. Guys, DARENBATES. He's an NFL player. He's my best friend. He's African American. He is the president of this podcast, and he wants one thing.
He just wants you to follow him.
He just wants you to follow him on Instagram. He just
wants you to maybe check out his podcast, The Raw Room.
2 things. Follow him on Instagram at WeslinSon_56, Darren Bates on Instagram, Darren Bates on Twitter. Follow him at DBTray5 on Twitter. Guys, all the man wants from you, Darren Bates, all he wants is a follow.
All that he wants is a little follow.
Get it, Sam.
All Darren Bates
is a little follow.
All that he wants is a little follow. Darren Bates.
Darren Bates. Darren Bates. That's a good key change. Guys, when you follow him, all you have to do is send him a little message really quick. Take you 2 seconds. Take you 2 seconds to follow him, another 2 seconds to send him a message and say, what, Sam?
The Beans sent me.
The Beans sent me. The Beans sent me to you, sir. That's all he wants to know. He wants to know where the beans are coming from. Shout out your city. Say, hey, D Bates, you have a new friend from Wisconsin, from Phoenix, from San Antonio. We have listeners everywhere. You guys are everywhere.
Yeah.
And I love all of you. And I'm going to make love to every last one of you when I meet you. And you can't say no. I don't care. You can't.
He won't stop.
I won't stop.
I tried.
I told you guys, through injuries, I don't quit.
He doesn't quit.
Darren Bates. Go show him some love. And Sam, you're baked. I'm baked. We're high right now.
Who gets us this way?
One man.
One company.
One company, one man, one dispensary. It's all one thing. It's all one operation. It's run by Hayden. It's in Maine, where we spent a lot of time, and he hooked it up, and he still hooks it up. Happy Canary. Guys, go to social media, all social media platforms. Happy Canary on all social media platforms.
Yo.
Best weed in the world. Best weed in the world. Literally what I'm high off of right now.
Yo, the pictures
go
of
grab
the
the jar,
bud
Sam.
is so beautiful.
Go grab the jar.
Jar's not going to even be as...
Sam's going to grab the jar. The picture, go to their social media platforms. Happy Canary, HAPPY CANARY. You know they can't hear you, babe. But that's the weed right there. You can't really see it. Take one out and put it right up on the camera, boo. It's the best weed I've smoked. Literally, it's the best weed I've smoked, and it's from Maine, not even from California. This motherfucker grows it. This motherfucker runs his own company. This motherfucker runs the dispensary. Happy Canary sells it wholesale to other dispensaries. He's kicking ass. I'm so proud of him, and it's the best shit. Can it focus? We're gonna try and get it to focus. No. Back it up a little bit. No. Well, it's good stuff. Sorry the camera won't focus, but it's great weed, and oh my God, the whole apartment stinks now. We don't smoke in the apartment because we have a nice balcony, so it doesn't smell like weed in our place. But when she opened that jar, my God, the whole apartment now reeks. It's good shit. Happy Canary. Go support them and tell them what, Sam.
The beans sent me.
HAPPY CANARY. Happy Canary. Samantha.
Yes.
You ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go
we
on
got to
this
do a
adventure.
whole movie now. It took us 23 minutes, but we got here. You know what's funny? I always say I'm going to start it right away, and it's impossible. It's impossible.
We have too many people to thank.
Too many people to thank.
We got to always thank our bean gang.
I know, and I got to kiss you. Give me a kiss.
Oh, kiss me. I love her so much.
I love you too. She's so pretty, guys. She's so pretty. What am I supposed to do? She's a pretty face. Samantha, are you ready?
Yes.
I'm about to rock your fucking socks, dude. And I don't like to rock socks that much, especially those are cute. But I'm gonna rock yours today. Movie starts.
It's starting.
Very serious, ominous music. Right? You hear gun click. You see niggas in mime makeup.
Yeah, this is very different than what I described.
Right? Like the white with the black, you know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're talking about.
You see them breathing. Slow motion. It's in slow motion. They're super scared.
Yeah.
Fade to black. Credits start rolling. Fades back in. We see another, another nigga in like a little thing. You can't tell what they're in. They got a gun. They also got mime makeup on. Credits roll. You see money start burning like in the Dark Knight. You know, you see cash just burning.
Yeah.
Dead presidents. Mm-hmm. Okay? More credits roll. Money burns. This lasts, Sam, and I'm not joking, maybe 7 minutes. The most 90s credits I've ever seen. The movie came out in 95, so they were really in the thick of the 90s. Sam, the credits are long enough that it could have been the end of the movie credits.
Ooh, I love that. Actually, I really hate that.
It's the worst. What were we on in the 90s? Something was wrong with everyone.
It wasn't just the 90s. It was before that, too. Because you think about all those like animated princess movies. Like if you watch Cinderella, the credits go for...
Yo, what is happening? Because if you're going to do the credits at the end of the movie, that's why they don't do the credits at the beginning anymore. Because somebody with the smart idea realized, hey, I don't think we have to do it twice.
Just do it at the end. No one needs all this. Say the big people's names. The director, the leads.
Don't do that, I think.
Yeah, you don't even need to do that.
You don't need to. Just start the movie.
Just start the movie.
Northeast Bronx, 1968.
Oh, okay.
It's a period piece.
It is a period piece.
We see our lead, Lorenz Tate.
Okay.
You know who that is?
No.
This is Lorenz Tate. I already have it pulled up because I knew you were going to say, who's Lorenz Tate? Him.
I've never seen him.
You've never seen him before in anything?
What else is he in?
He acts, directs. He's kind of like a Menace to Society. He's great in Menace to Society. Oh my God. Love Jones. Yeah, man. Love Jones is great. Yeah, he's a 90s actor, director, very famous in the black world.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we see him. And we see our other lead, a very young Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
Okay? You're not excited? Chris Tucker's in this.
I saw it when you pulled up
you were like,
Lorenz Tate that Chris Tucker was on this.
This is exciting. This is young Chris Tucker. This is 95.
95.
You know, and Chris Tucker's like, man, it's cold in the motherfucker, man. Let's go, man. They work for like a milk company. You know, they're replacing milks, like that era of life.
Weird.
That job. You know?
Yeah.
And they're clearly young kids. Okay? Chris asks him, like, hey, man, your girl gave you some pussy yet? Your girl Juanita? And he goes, man, why you gotta, and Lorenz is like, man, why you gotta ask me all that? He's like, man, I bet you ain't even smelt the pussy yet, man. He goes, and there's another Mexican dude with him, right? And he's like, bro, we finna be out of school, dog. They're clearly in like New York City too. That's where they're living.
Yeah, they're in Bronx.
Oh, my bad, I said that, yeah. And then he goes, man, what y'all boys gonna do after? And Lorenz says, man, you know what I can dig? Traveling. And then Chris Tucker's like, nigga, you sound like you rich or something. Man, y'all, you being stupid as fuck. Y'all niggas better take y'all ass to college before Uncle Sam come grab your stupid ass. It's the 60s. All right? He's like, because I'm not going to no war. Fuck that shit. You know, I'm going to Hunter's College. Man, that's where I'm going. So they can't get my ass. Viet Cong ain't did shit to me. I ain't finna go over there fighting them motherfuckers. I don't know them. You know, he's just going off about how he's not going to be in the war. Right? Lorenz Tate goes, man, I ain't scared of no war. I want to do something different with my life anyway. And they're both his friends like, man, shut the fuck up. You being stupid. You know what I'm saying? Cut to, they drop off Lorenz Tate. It's like early morning now. I mean, it was already early morning, but now it's like the sun's coming up. He replaces this woman, like a milk at this one house, and you see this young girl come out. And she's got like her nightie on. And he's like, hey, yo, what's up? You know, what's up, girl? Delilah. And she's like, hey, you up? And he goes, you up early? She goes, I heard your truck. And then he's like, what you doing up so early? She was like, I was up studying. And he's like, damn, you always studying. She's like, yeah, that's what I do. And then he goes, well, is your sister up? And she goes, Sleeping Beauty. He goes, yeah. She goes, no, she's still asleep. But I'll tell her you came by and said, hey. He said, okay, thank you. And he goes to walk off, and as he's walking off, you hear a window like on the second floor open up. And you hear, morning, Anthony. He goes, hey, girl, what's up, Juanita? I thought you was asleep. And she goes, no, I heard your truck. And he goes, man, what you doing today? She said, well, I think I'll go to school, or maybe I'll just lay in bed all morning and you'll join me. What do you think? And he's like, damn, that'll be nice. And he's like flirting with her, right? And he's being all cute and shit, and they're like laughing and smiling. He's like, well, I gotta go. Talk to you later, right? And she's like, bye, Anthony. And he walks off, right? More time, like fade to black.
Yeah.
Spring 1969. Okay? So
it's time is passing.
Yes.
And it's the same guys.
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting this film to be artistic like this. All right? The shots are unbelievable, right? So you see this shot of him. He's slow-mo, like he's walking in. You know how New York's just all busy? And he knows that, you know he's saying what's up to people, and he's walking into this deli. And the shot is just like, damn, this is a good shot. Very a Bronx Tale, you know? And, you know, he walks in, and he's getting money from everybody, and this woman goes, hey, Anthony, you brought me some luck the other day. Give me some kiss, sugar. And she kisses him on the cheek. He's like, oh, thank you, Miss Shirley, right? And everyone's like, yo, what up, Anthony? And he's clearly getting numbers and money from everybody, and he's running numbers, like for gambling. Yeah. All right, that's what he's doing. And he goes through the seedy-ass bar, and he's asking where this guy named Kirby is. And everybody's like, oh, Kirby's in the back, Kirby's in the back. They go and see Kirby. Kirby is Keith David. Famous black actor, the voice, the evil voice in The Princess and the Frog. Don't you want to shake the poor sinner's hand?
Oh, yeah, I know.
This nigga.
Yeah.
You see his face. Him.
Yeah.
He's in a million. He always plays a bad guy. He always plays a bad guy. So, all right.
Or a rich guy.
Or a rich
bad guy.
A rich bad guy, usually.
Which is often.
So there's cops in the room and shit, and everybody's playing pool. You see a young Terrence Howard walk in. Right? And the Kirby boss, he's talking to these other guys, and he's saying how he lost his leg from the Korean War. So he has a plastic leg. And when you see he walks, you can see it like he walks like this. Yeah. You know what I mean? So cut to, you see Lorenz shooting pool outside, and Terrence Howard is looking at him, and he doesn't like that he's in there. And he's like, man, and I swear to God, he talks like this, Sam. I'm not just doing this. He goes, man, goddamn, Kirby, this nigga too young to be in here, man. In 95, he was saying, man. In a movie in New York. Why would he be talking like that in New York City?
Is he from there?
They're in New York. Why would he sound like this? My.
Maybe he just actually talks like that.
Maybe. Who, Terrence Howard?
Yeah.
No, he definitely does. That's what I mean.
That's
but it's funny that the character is like, why would this character in New York talk? Everybody else has a New York accent. So Kirby's like, like, oh man, let the young nigga shoot, man. And he talks all that shit. And, he like saying like, I'm gonna bet my money on Lorenz Tate. So Kirby puts his money down on like Anthony. That's his name. He goes, I bet Anthony will fuck you up. Cut to like a little montage, and you see Terrence Howard getting pissed as Lorenz Tate just taking all his money. And he's clearly like way younger than Terrence Howard. He's like a kid, And he laughs and he's like, man, good job, good game, cowboy. And that's his name. Terrence Howard's like, man, you a lucky motherfucker, you know that? He's like, I wouldn't say luck, I can just play, that's all. He's being all cute, right? Mm-hmm. And then Kirby, the Terrence Howard sets $2 down. And then he goes to walk off. He goes, hey, man, these are Kirby's $2, but what about my money? And Terrence Howard turns around, he goes, fuck you, man. He goes, man, you a cheat. And then Terrence Howard walks back up to him and goes, who the fuck you talking to, man? I'll kick your monkey ass. And he hits him and he grabs him. He starts choking him like on the pool table. But he's like a grown man. So it's like visceral. It's like a grown man choking like a kid. You know what I mean? And he holds up a knife and he goes, I'll cut you, motherfucker, huh? Yeah, what you gonna do? You little ass bitch. It hurt. Can't do shit, huh? Can't nobody help you right now. And the Kirby dude's in the other room, like on the phone. He doesn't know this is happening. Mm-hmm. And then he turns and he sees and he runs over. He goes, hey, get your hands off the motherfucker. And they all grab him and they throw the Terrence Howard dude out.
Yeah.
Right? So Kirby, he comes up and he checks on Lorenz Tate later. And he tells him, hey, man, you did a good job for me running numbers today. He's like, but be cool. Don't let your mom and pop find out you're doing this. He's like, you got a good mom and dad. They won't like you working for a guy like me. Very Bronx tale. Very like, you know what I mean? He goes, oh, I won't say nothing. And then he hands him like a grip of money, like this, like a stack. He's like, oh, thanks, Kirby. And he goes, you want to take a ride with me, kid? He's like, yeah. Cut to, they're in the car driving, right? He's all, he's in the passenger seat. He's all excited. Kirby, where are we going? And he's like, I told you we're going on a run. You want to drive? And he's like, I mean, I don't have my license. He goes, you want to drive or not, nigga? Whew. He's like, yeah. They pull over. He lets him drive. Mm-hmm. All right? So they drive. They pull up to a place. He's like, pull over here. Keep the motor running. I'll be out. I'll be back in 1 minute. And he's like, okay. Kirby gets out, and he's playing music all happy, listening. Kirby smoking a cigarette outside this place called P. Daddy's Rib Shack. Right? You see the kid, Lorenz Tate, he's in the car, like, listening to, like, music and shit, just jamming. You hear Kirby arguing out the back. Lorenz Tate kind of turns around in the car seat like this, like look back. You see fucking Kirby throw a guy through a window. All right?
Classic
I'll kick your ass. Move. Yeah, I'll kick your ass, motherfucker. Huh? What the fuck with my shit? What the fuck is my shit? Huh? I ain't no fucking toy to be played with, bitch. And he starts kicking the shit out this dude. Mm-hmm. And Kirby's like, Lorenz Tate's obviously like, what the fuck? A woman walks out, get your hands off my husband, motherfucker, with the gun right at Kirby. Kirby laughs and goes, you got more heart than your old man. I'll say that, bitch. Grabs the gun, punches this woman right in the face.
Whoa.
Like square. Whack, drops her, right? Then he looks at the guy, and as he punches the wife, the guy grabs his prosthetic leg, like trying to make him fall, but he doesn't fall because he has a fake leg. So he just grabs it, and like the leg comes off.
Yeah.
And he goes, you motherfucker, you dumb motherfucker. And he starts hitting him with his gun. You grab my fake leg, motherfucker. Boom. He hits him. Give me my money, you hear me? Give me my money. And then he gets in his leg, and he gets in the car, and he goes, floor it. And they peel off. And the kid's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And he's like, you did good, kid. You did good. Almost as good as a getaway driver as me. And he goes, used to be a getaway driver? He's like, yep. And then Kirby's like, should have killed that motherfucker. Made me lose my cigarettes. Grab my wrong leg. He's like, and then you see Lorenz Tate like nervous. And then he starts laughing and goes like the adrenaline of it, He goes, man, I can't believe I'm hanging out doing gangster shit with Kirby. Me and Kirby, bro. Woo! Right? He's all excited. Okay? So, cut to. This movie's crazy, Sam. We're not even into what this movie's about. They're just setting it up.
Okay.
Anthony is at a dinner with his family. His family is a nice family, nice house. His brother is there. His brother just graduated college. So this is like an educated, good-to-do family. You know what I mean? Anthony, so the brother's like talking about how he just graduated college. The mom's really happy. The mom is, you recognize her. She's always the mom and aunt and everything. In Joanna Man, she's the aunt and shit. Oh, they don't. Oh, damn, she's not. Where is she?
Ooh.
I burped. I'm sorry. Hold on.
I'm not looking. I'm looking at everything.
Wait a minute. What's her name? Jennifer Lewis. That's this woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's in everything. She's great. Broadway actor, great everything. She's just great. So she's the mom. And Anthony says out loud, hey, I'm joining the Marine Corps. And the brother goes, wow, that's original. And he goes, I want to do something else. I don't want to go to college. I'm sick of school. And the whole family's looking at him like he just dropped a bomb. You know what I mean? At the dinner table. And he's like, look, it's my life. And the mom goes, she looks at him because, well, why are you trying to ruin it, baby? And the brother's like, you're an idiot. And the brother and the mom walk off. And he's sitting there quiet, and he's looking at the dad. And the dad isn't mad. The dad's kind of just looking at him. And he looks at his dad. He goes, Dad, I'm not ready for college. He goes, you said fighting in Korea made a man out of you. And you were able to live your own life and start your own life. I want to live my own life like you. I want to be my own man. And then the dad's like, I'll talk to your mom, son. Like, he feels them. Like, he's the only one who, because he's a military guy. He isn't a college kid like them. Yeah. So he gets it of like, it's not for everybody, man. He don't want to go to college. Like, I get it. So, cut 2, fades to black. Graduation night, 1969. All right? We see all the kids smoking cigarettes and weed at a graduation party, and kids throwing up in the bathroom, a kid fucking in the room, kids dancing in the living room. You know what I mean? Like straight up high school blowout party.
Yeah.
Anthony is hanging with Chris Tucker and his Mexican friend. They're talking shit. They're just having a good time. And then Jose goes to Chris Tucker. He goes, man, your fucking stupid ass jinxed me, bro. He goes, what are you saying? Uncle Sam dropped the A1 on me, dog. I got picked.
Oof.
They're like, damn. It's like, I told your ass you should have gotten college. Should have, enrolled. I told you, And he's like, well, it's all good. And he's looking at, he points over this beautiful girls that are dancing over there. It's like Juanita and this other Mexican girl. And he goes, I'm going to marry that girl over there, dog. I fucking love her, right? And so they, they're talking to the girls.
Are these Puerto Ricans or Cubans?
Puerto Rican for sure.
Okay.
Puerto Rican for sure.
Because you keep saying Mexican. I'm like, this is the Bronx.
And this nigga's Puerto Rican as fuck. He sounds like Cardi B when he talks. So Jose's talking to this girl and he's telling her he loves her, and she's like, I love you too. And he's like, you give this pussy to anyone else while I'm gone, I'll fucking kill you, bitch. And she's like, and she's all into it, right? Because he's all crazy. You see Anthony's date Juanita licking on his ear.
Yeah.
As they're dancing, and she says, I have an itch that needs to be scratched.
Oh, damn.
And he goes, for real? She's like, you can scratch it all night long if you want. Cut 2, she takes him back to her place. And he's all scared. And he's like, where's your mama? She's like, I told you she's at work. She's going to be at work all the way till like tomorrow afternoon. You're good. And then he goes, what about your sister? He goes, my sister's in my room. They're fine. And they open up her bedroom. Remember the sister?
Yeah.
The sister's like either a twin or a year younger.
Okay.
So if they're 18, the sister's only 17.
Yeah.
Sister's hot too. Okay?
And she was kind of into him too.
She's into him as well.
Yeah.
And you see the sister in the other girl's room like dancing to music, and she's got like her little nightie on.
Oh.
And then she's like, get out of my room, girl. And the sister's like, damn, I didn't know you was coming home. Sorry. And she walks out and she looks at Lorenz Tate and Lorenz Tate's like, you know what I mean? So.
Dang.
Look at you already. Why do you guys love that kind of drama?
What?
You look at your face. You love that the sister drama already. You're smelling it.
Ooh, boy.
Because you have a sister, but I feel like it would make it unattractive for someone to date. Like, doesn't it make Sam sexually unattractive that he's dating Allie?
Yeah, but my situation with Allie is different because we didn't meet until we were older. Like,
well, I guess any sibling would do. And I guess in my head it's like me and my brother's different, but anyone he dated is not it's like it's not. Yeah,
but that's too much time in between you.
We're not the same. I guess Andrew and Nick would.
It's your more brothers like Andrew and Nick.
If it'd be possible that they'd both find the same girl hot.
Yeah, I think that's more.
Because they both have the opportunity to get her because they're the same age.
Yeah, because I think because the girls are so close in age, and it's not necessarily that she likes him or wants him. I think they both like the guy. He wants this sister. That makes you want him more.
That makes you want him because he doesn't want you.
Doesn't want you.
But he notices you.
Yeah.
Because he's nice to her.
Yeah.
And he looks at her.
Yeah.
She's hot though.
And also, you don't know what deep-seated problems these sisters. She called her sister Sleeping Beauty. Like, she's clearly the pretty one. And she's the smart one.
She's the smart one. That's true.
Which is also a whole issue for girls.
Damn, I didn't see that. That was deep-seated little writing right there. Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, that's like classic girl problem.
But that's a real problem that exists constantly.
Yeah, I'm so glad. Like, I didn't have a sister until later, so we could just have like a nice, normal relationship. I can't imagine growing up with a sister and having to go through these kinds of things.
Oh my God, it's so much drama.
Seems so stressful.
I watched Chloe and Ella,
those two.
My nieces go through it. It's like, oh my God.
Oh, damn. It's a lot.
It's a lot, bro.
Girl on girl crime, man.
Girl on girl crime is vicious stuff.
Because it's awesome because Allie and I have like pretty much the same sort of like vibe about everything.
Yeah, y'all do.
And so it's just really relaxed.
So the sister leaves.
It's his sister.
Cut to they're fucking.
Oh,
all right?
dude.
They're fucking.
These girls are loose in this town.
They just graduated. She just graduated.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense that she'd want to give it up tonight.
Yeah, you're right. I keep forgetting what high school's like. I'm so far removed now.
Cut to them fucking. He tries to like suck her tits and like take out her tits out of her bra. She stuffed her bra with padding. And he's like, whoa. And she's like all embarrassed.
Of course.
And then he's like, you want me to take your bra off? And she's like, don't look at me. Because she's all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's all scared. And then he goes to stick it in. And she's like, wrong hole. And she's like, up. Okay, right there. Okay, easy. And then like you see like they're just having a hard time. And then finally they get in a rhythm. The headboard starts rocking. She starts moaning. And then they start like fucking, right? Mm-hmm. You see the camera pan over and the sister's like on the other wall, like, you know what I mean?
Just like having to deal with the like, oh, this is uncomfortable.
Oh my God, your sister's getting clapped.
And it's a guy you like. Oh,
and then like
dude.
you hear her. You have to hear him come. He's like, like that. And she's like, like right.
What is this movie about?
I know, Sam. So cut to, they're laying post coitus, and she's telling him all about how Jose is marrying the other girl. Like they're going to the court the next day.
Her sister?
No, Jose. Remember Jose and their friend?
Oh, her friend. Okay.
Like, remember he said he was going to marry her? He's really doing it. He's taking her to the court next day to get married before he goes off to war.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, so she can get his benefits if he dies.
And all the stuff.
Classic.
And he loved her. He's like, he wants to experience that before he goes. I get that.
That's fair.
And then she goes, are you going to marry me when you get back? And then he goes, I guess if you ain't got nobody else. And then she's like, I don't want nobody else. And he's like, hey, Juanita, you ever thought that if I get hurt over there and I don't come back, I don't want you waiting for nothing. And then she goes, are you scared of losing me? He goes, I didn't say that. And she goes, well, I'm scared of losing you. And she's serious. Mm-hmm. And then they're kissing. And then she goes, do you want to do it one more time before you? He goes, can we do it one more time before I go? And she goes, mm-hmm. And then like cut to the headboard. They're fucking all night. Fade to black. Early morning, the sister busts in the room.
Yeah.
Mom's home. And she goes, what? The other sister, Juanita, wakes up. She's like, Mom came home early. She's like, go stall. She slams the door shut.
Yeah.
Right? Good sister. I do respect that the sister was like, hey.
Good sister.
Like, hey, I didn't want to hear that all night, but like, I'm not going to have you.
I'm not going to let this. Because also, I'm going to be in trouble too.
Yeah. We're all in trouble.
Yeah.
Good point. You would be in trouble too. Because you would have known. So, like they have to sneak him out the back and they barely get out the house, right? And then when they barely get out, this scene's so good because they barely get out and they're kind of like laughing, like, that was crazy. And then they look at each other and then she starts crying. The actress, she starts crying. And he goes, I gotta go. And she's like, I'm gonna wait for you, Anthony. And he's like, and then they kiss and it's like serious. Yeah. And then he starts crying. And then he's like, I gotta go, Juanita. And she's like, please don't go. He's like, I gotta go. And he pushes off and he takes off running. And you see him running and he hops over a fence. This shot is so good. Cut to, he's running and he's like in the war.
Yo.
Go for it. And you see him like dive behind the rock, right? He's like, what's your status? He's like, shit. And you see him like cocking his gun. He's like, meet back at the rally point. Let's go. Let's move. And you see him picking up another guy. And he's like, I'm out of ammo, right? He looks over. He sees one of his homies gets blowed up. He's like, they got us pinned down. And he watches as another friend's die. And he holds his friend. He's like, come on. And the friend's like, Anthony told my mom. He's like, don't say that. Anthony told my mom. And he dies. Right? Like, it's like, it goes from that to like he is in the shit. You know what I'm saying? Cut to, they're getting fire from above. Somebody's dropping bombs all around him. You know what I mean? He's ducking for cover. Camera pans over. Chris Tucker's there with him.
Damn, what happened to Chris Tucker?
So they're going through.
Also, why are they in the same, like, the chances?
Oh, they get there. So they're going through these Asian dead bodies, right? And they're looking for shit, right? And one of the guys is just fucked up mentally, like from the war, and he's just shooting dead bodies because he's so mad at these Asians. Yeah. You fucking gooks, you know? And Chris Tucker's like, shit, man, he's already dead. Like, fucking chill, dog. Like, you know, trying to calm him down. You see them going through all these Asian bodies, and one of the white dudes grabs a badge and goes, this is an officer. Holy shit, we killed an officer. And everybody's like, yo, you're gonna get like money, you're gonna get this, you're gonna write a book about, like, apparently if you come back like with like a high ranking badge, like you get more valor, obviously, you know? And then everybody looks at the guy who lost his mind, who was just shooting dead bodies. They go, Cleon, he goes, look what I found, bro. You just walked right by this. You could have found this. And he gets pissed. He's like, yeah, I guess I could have found that. And he takes out his machete and he cuts the motherfucker's head off, the Asian dude. Right? And they're like, yo, what the fuck you doing? You hungry, Cleon? He goes, nope. Just like you, sir. Collecting a souvenir to bring home. And everybody in the lieutenant's like, saddle up, everybody move out. And Chris Tucker's like, you're not going to say anything about this shit? This is fucking crazy, man. He's losing his mind. And he, as you see the motherfucker stuffing, the Cleon dude stuffing the head in a bag. Right? Cut to Chris Tucker and Anthony are back on like base. Right? They're back on like, you know, like in Vietnam, but they're back in like they're still in Vietnam, but they're like on a base now, you know? And they're talking about how fucking crazy this shit is. Right? And Chris Tucker's like, man, I can't. This shit's fucking me up, man. Like I can't keep seeing this shit every day. And Lorenz Tate goes, well, if your ass didn't flunk out of Hunter College, you wouldn't have been here. Oof. Right? And he goes, yeah, well, you know, he's like, I had to join the military because, you know, I didn't have nowhere to go. But you was the one who wrote my ass and told me to join this shit. You know, this recon shit, making it seem like it was great and you were traveling the world or some shit. And he goes, hey, man, and this is Aunt Lorenz Tate goes, I didn't want to be a grunt. I was just telling you recon is better. I wasn't telling you what it was, but it was just better than the other grunt shit. Yeah. You know? And then they're talking and they go to a place for a beer. And as they're talking, you see a little kid walk by, little Asian kid, but he's got a little military helmet on. And it makes like Lorenz Tate like raise up and grab his gun. And Chris Tucker has to calm him down. You know what I'm saying? And they're looking at each other and they take a drink. And they toast their dead friend that just died that day. And Skippy's like, man, fuck this shit, man. We shouldn't even be here. We're black. We're supposed to be in the Bronx. You know, Jose just got sent home a couple months ago. He wrote me. He goes, what? He goes, yeah, you know, he was working with demolition. He fucked up his hand. So they sent him home. He's like, man, I'd rather be home hurt with some pussy than healthy out here without pussy. Fuck this shit. And then they laugh. Right? And then Skip goes, have you heard from Juanita? And he goes, yeah, man. Anthony's like, I heard a lot from her from the first tour, but not so much this tour. You know, turns out, before I left, I got her pregnant.
What?
I got a little girl at home, man. And Skippy's like, yo, congrats, bro. That's fucking amazing, dog. Fuck yeah, bro. Congrats, bro. You got a picture? Nah. How you ain't got no picture? I don't want it, man. I can't look at her. He's like, what you mean you can't look at her? That's your baby, bro. That's your blood. That's your daughter, bro. You got to look at her, man. How you not going to look at your baby? Yo, man, how I survive out here is I don't give a fuck about anything. I don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about you. He's like, I don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about the world. I don't give a fuck about anything, bro. I'll care about the world when I get back. Out here, that shit'll get you killed. And like he's dead, you know what I mean? There's nothing behind his eyes, bro. Aww. Like because it's so cool because the beginning of the movie he has all this life and he's all charming and cute.
Now he's like been through so much.
There's nothing there. And you feel him too when he says that shit of like, bro, I can't have a daughter out here. Yeah. And I agree with him. I know it's fucked up, but I agree with him. Because some people it's like, oh, I have something to go home to. Other people it's like, bro, I gotta live like I can die every second and who cares? Because that's the only thing that keeps me alive out here. The shit I'm doing. Because I mean, Sam, the stuff both him and they're murdering so many people. Like they're murdering, they're mowing down Asian people. It's crazy what they're doing, you know? So he says all that shit and then Skippy goes, man, fuck all that. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get high. Real high. High. and I'm going to get my dick sucked, and I'm going to forget I exist. And he leaves. And you see him go into like a whorehouse. All right? Cut to, we see our boy Anthony writing Kirby. And he's talking about this second tour. And he's telling him how we spend most of our life in the bush. And it's like a montage of everything he's saying, right? And how he's gone numb to everything. You know, our lieutenant is crazy. He's a white boy named Duke, but he's good at getting us out of sticky situations. And you see like them getting out of these crazy situations. He's like, this dude named Cleon is crazy as fuck. And that's the dude who stuffed the head in the bag. He's like, his dad is a big time preacher back home. But out here, man, he's lost it. Like any kind of relationship with God that he did have. He goes, and Skip, poor Skip, man, he volunteered to be in my unit because I wanted him to come out here with me. And you see Skip killing people, and every time he kills somebody, he's like crying, like Chris Tucker. He's such a good actor. Like he's fucked up, bro. He does not want to be doing this shit. But at the same time, it's like kill or be killed. You know? And he goes, man, I don't think Skippy's mind's cut out for this shit. All he does is get high, like real high. You know? But he's like, hopefully Kirby, I'll see you when I get back to the Bronx. Love, Anthony. I told you, you did not see this movie. I did not know this was about Vietnam.
Yeah.
I did not know this movie was about Vietnam. Adam, you're a son of a bitch, bro. So they all sit, and the guy with the head in his bag, like all the other guys are telling him to get rid of it. Like, yo, bro, that head stinks. Like, it's fucking gross. Like, you know, get rid of that shit. And he's like, man, fuck all y'all. This is my good luck charm. I'm not getting rid of it. He's like, since I've cut this head off, we haven't lost one member in our unit, and nobody's gotten hurt. This is what our good luck is. And they're all like, yo, fuck that shit. Like, I don't give a fuck, bro. That's disgusting. Like, the smell is horrendous, bro. We can't keep living like this. You know, and then his boss, the lieutenant, goes, yo, if you don't get rid of that head, you'll be court-martialed. Go bury it ASAP. So cut to, you see him burying it. He's mad as fuck. And then he comes back and he goes, just so y'all know, I buried our luck. Right then, they get a call. All right? Their platoon master wants them to do recon on this place. It's like a couple clicks up north. They're like, all right, where's our crew? They look. One guy's already missing. They go, yo, where's fucking Roger? Where's he at? And then another guy said he went to go take a shit. He said he'll be right back. And they go, why did you go with him? We don't go shit alone. You know that. He goes, he didn't want to. He said he's gonna be right around the corner. He said he didn't want to be. He'd be fine. He didn't need me. They go, fuck. They all go fan out. They start looking for him. They find this guy. His guts are completely cut open and stuffed in his mouth. And he's like, and he's still alive. He's like,
oh,
right. They put some morphine in him. They're like, fuck. He's still, like, they put morphine in him. They're about to put more morphine in him. They go, stop. Any more morphine will kill him. This will still keep him alive. Come on, we gotta get him out of here. So, bro, and then as they lift him up, there's a note next to him. Anthony opens up the note. It says, black man, go home. This isn't your war. Mm-hmm. But remember what we learned in
The Five Bloods?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy how that must have been a real tactic. Multiple movies, different time eras.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, wow, that must have been an actual tactic back then.
Well, also, yeah, because they know that there's all these people who are being forced to serve.
They know the civil rights injustices in America.
It's not like they don't know about these things.
So, you're right.
So why not play on the heartstrings of a group of people that is also being like held down by white America?
And you're over here, they're killing us for no reason.
Yeah. And they have you doing it for them.
Yep. So, the Anthony, you see Anthony now cut to, he's carrying the dude who got his guts cut open, right? And they're carrying him. And they're getting him to this helicopter to get him back home. And he keeps whispering in Anthony's ear, kill me. Please kill me. Kill me, Curtis. His last name's Curtis. I would do it for you, Curtis, please. They stop. The dude's begging him, right? He's like, please, man, please. Skippy's like, yo, what is he saying? He's like, nothing, man. He's just being delirious. And he looks at like Anthony in his eyes. He's like, please, don't make me go home like this. Please kill me. Right? And Anthony's like, he starts crying and he pulls out his morphine. And he looks when nobody's looking and he puts it in him. Mm-hmm. And he goes, Anthony's like, shh, shh. And he closes the guy's eyes. And the dude like dies, right? Right then, the team realizes he dies, and they're like, fuck. Cut to them that night doing recon, right? You see them that night.
Damn.
A guy steps on something. You hear click, zzz, boom. A dude explodes, right? Shootout starts, bullets flying. Skippy just drops, and he's just crying. He's scared as fuck. And then a guy goes, Skippy, cover me. Skippy, cover me. And when he gets up, he gets blown away because Skippy doesn't cover him.
Oh.
Right? And then the Cleon dude goes, what the fuck? Skippy! Anthony grabs him and goes, Skip, snap out of it. Let's go. Let's go. And he kind of comes to get up and they start running. And then it fades to black. 6 months later.
What?
All right. Cuts it. I told you it's very artistic.
Yeah.
The way it's like broken up.
Uh-huh.
Cut to them taking like Polaroid pictures. Skippy's going home. It's his last day. They're back on base. Everybody's celebrating. Everybody's happy. And like all the shots are from the pictures.
Yeah.
So it's like, shh, and you see like them like smiling, smoking cigs, like doing all this shit, like hugging each other, like lifting each other up. Anthony's so happy for him. All right. Fades to black. Northeast Bronx, 1973. It's been 4 years.
It's a long time.
All right. Anthony comes home. He's got his military suit on. He's got badges on badges on badges. He's got all the medals. You know what I mean? He is I mean, obviously, the kind of shit he was doing, he is a war hero.
Yeah.
Like on that Rambo shit. You know what I mean? So he's in a cab and he goes, oh, hey, hold up a second. Hold up. And he stops the cab driver and he gets out and he walks over to this corner store and he sees his friend Skippy. And he goes, straighten up, Marine. Come on, Skip. And the camera pans down and Skippy's on the corner and he's just like,
no.
doesn't even know. And you see Anthony like realize his friend is just an addict, like a junkie on the corner. Right? Terrence Howard walks up. Looks more like a piece of shit. He's aged. And he goes, oh, look who back in the world, man. All these stripes and shit. What, you a captain now or some shit? Huh, motherfucker. Huh? And then he taps Skippy. He's like, Skip, wake up, Skip. Look who's here. Check this out. And then you see Anthony come, like, bend down. He's like, what's happening, blood? I'm back. And then you see Skippy kind of go, my nigga! And he hugs him. And they hug, right? And they're just hugging each other. My nigga! You home! Cut to, they're walking together. And Skippy, he walks like a junkie, like that. You know what I mean? Like that now. Like, oh, man, he's fucked up. You know? And Skip goes, hey, man, I saw Juanita the other day. Man, she finer than a motherfucker now. Man, you need to go check her out, man. And I saw your daughter, too. I knew it was yours, too. She got the big-ass ears like you, right? And they laugh. And he goes, yo, what's up with Jose? What's up with Joe? He goes, oh, man, he's working part-time at the post office, man. You know, he got mouths to feed and shit. And he goes, what about you, Skip? You good? He goes, you know me, baby. I'm Skippy. I'm pimping, baby. Always pimping. He goes, all right, man, you need some money? You all right? He goes, nah, man, I don't need no money. I'm good as fuck. I got my veterans check. I got this check. I got my insurance check. I got my this check. And I got my 50% medical check for life. I'm good. He goes, damn, man, how the fuck you get a 50% medical check? And Skippy's like, man, when I came back, I was really fucked up, man. Like, my blood's all fucked up. The doctor said they don't even know what's wrong with me. And it ain't the heroin either, man. Like, something's wrong with me. And he goes, damn. He goes, but I'm glad you're home, man. And they do their little handshake. He goes, I'll see you. And he kind of wanders off.
Oh, it's really sad.
I know. This movie is fucking dark, bro. So he goes, Sam, this is the most fucked up scene. This scene tears your heart out. This scene almost made me cry. So he goes home to his family. And they're all eating dinner at the dinner table like they were before. And he's just stuffing his face. He's eating like an animal because that's all, you know, he's only been in survival mode for 4 years.
Yeah.
So he's not like, he's eating like with his hands, just eating like this, right? Stuffing himself. And then the mom goes, you all right, boy? He goes, yes, ma'am. And he keeps eating. He doesn't look up. And the mom goes, baby, can you look me in my eyes? And he just goes, he can't look up. And she goes, baby, I ain't seen you in 4 years. The dad knows what's going on because he's like, you know, like that. And the dad's like, hey, why don't we all just relax? Because the dad was fought in Korean War. The dad's probably also killed people. So he knows like, hey, this isn't your baby boy anymore. Like that, you could that's the dad's energy. Like, hey, you can't question him right now. You know, like this isn't that time. He's like, oh, you know, let's calm down. And then the mom goes, no, don't, you know, I want to know. I want to ask some questions. That's my son. What was it like over there? Did you like it? He goes, I don't want to talk about it. And she goes, well, you know, I saw on the news the other day, a lot of the soldiers and them babies coming back from that war is hooked on drugs. You ain't on none of that shit, are you? And he goes, bad habits cost you your life over there. And she goes, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, son. Bad habits. You ain't pick up none of them drug habits there, did you? Like just being such a mom. And he finally looks up at her. And he goes, no bad habits for me, ma. Except killing for our country, of course. He's just staring at his mom like, it's fucked up, but I do get it. Of like, mom, shut the fuck up. Right? And the mom's like, her eyes get real big, right? And then the dad just goes, so how's Juanita? Like, like the dad's like, guys, that scene is so dark, bro. Because the actor Lorenzo, because he can't look up. But at a certain point, you could tell that like I don't give a fuck came out of him, and he was like, you know, mom, if you're gonna keep asking questions, I'll tell you the truth. Because also for his mom to be like, oh, he didn't pick up any bad habits. And it's like, yo, what the fuck do you think I was doing over there? I've wasted people, mom. Cut to Anthony. He goes to the pool hall. He's dressed all cool now. He took his military stuff off. He's saying what's up to everybody. He sees his Mexican friend there, Jose. He's like, yo, Joe, what's happening? He's like, I heard you got wounded, man. He's like, yeah, demolitions, bro. Fucking blew up my hand. You see his hand is fucked up. Right? He goes, damn, bro. He goes, you got all those kids now and shit. He goes, let's go see Kirby. So they walk to the back, and he goes, what? He sees Kirby. He goes, what's happening, Captain? And Kirby's like, who the fuck is that? Oh, Youngblood. Youngblood! And he gets up, he hugs him. You came back, Youngblood. You made it back. Then he's like, come on to the back with me. They go to the back, they talk, they have a drink. And he tells him, Anthony's like, yo, man, I've been home for like 2 days, and I can't find work anywhere, man. I'm looking for a gig. He's like, man, people don't care about this, all the things I done did. You almost got my ass blown off every day, and nobody even gives a fuck. And Kirby's like, yeah, that's how it is when you come home from the war. He goes, well, hey, Kirby, man, can I work for you? You know, can I just go back to running numbers maybe, just so I can make some money? He goes, I'm sorry, Anthony. Pigs ran me out of business. He goes, what do you mean? You had the cops on payroll. I remember that. He goes, they greedy, NYPD, most corrupt fucks on earth. I got out while I still could. Busted my ass to send some cop's kid to college. Fuck that. I had to get out. I hustle here and there every now and then, but just getting over like anyone else nowadays. It'll be okay, kid. Here's to getting over. And they clink glasses, and he's like, fuck. Cut to the next day, you see Anthony go to Sal's meat market. And he kind of talks this dude, and he charms this guy. Like, he's really charming. Yeah. He's a really charming guy. And he charms the guy, likes him, and he hires him. All right? So he goes to Juanita's house after he gets the job. Her sister's there, Delilah, but she's grown now, and she is fine as hell. Okay? And then she looks at him, and she's like, come in, get in here, Anthony, oh my God, right? And then, they're talking, and then she's really educated. You can tell by how she talks. And she starts giving him shit for being brainwashed by America, over there fighting the white man's war, all this shit. And she's clearly a Black Panther. Yeah. Like, you can tell, like, oh,
she has like natural hair.
Natural hair, militant as fuck. And she's like giving him shit too about like what he's been doing for the white man. Yeah. Like, but she knows, but what she's saying is like accurate, And he's kind of looking at her like, man, get the fuck off my back. Leave me alone, girl. I just got home. And she goes, all right. And she gives him a slight peck on the cheek, and she's like, well, welcome home into the revolution.
Ooh.
So right then he grabs a teddy bear that's on the ground. He goes, is this Sarah's? And she goes, yep. Your daughter's a smart baby. And then he goes, damn, she's a smart baby? And then right then the door opens, and she goes, why don't you find out yourself? And you hear Juanita talking like, oh my God, girl, like to her sister, like, girl, it's cold as hell out there today, and just talking. And then she walks in, and she sees him, and they look at each other, and then the mom just starts crying. Juanita just, and she comes over, and she grabs him, she goes, you came back. And he goes, I made it back in one piece, baby. I promise you I would. And she starts crying. And she goes, I got somebody you want you to meet. Come here, Sarah. And then she holds her up. She's like, this is Daddy. And then he's like, hi. And she's like, Daddy, this is Sarah Marie Curtis. Well, hold her, silly. She's yours. And he holds her. And then they just kind of all hug, and they're like kissing each other, right? And then cut to they're in a car. You see the daughter in the back seat asleep. And then he goes, you know, Juanita, I missed you a lot. She goes, I know that, Anthony. And he goes, no. And she goes, but it's important to me, Anthony, that you're here now, that you're with us now. Come here. And they kiss, right? They look at their daughter in the backseat and they just smile. Right then, a car pulls up.
What?
What?
What do you mean right then a car pulls up?
A car pulls up next to him.
That's not good.
You hear, hey, baby girl, it's this guy, this actor. You've seen him in so many movies. What's his name? Is Clifton Powell. He's amazing. This guy.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him and stuff.
I mean, he's been in so many movies, you know? He's always an asshole. He's always a bad guy. Uh-huh. He's Pinky from Next Friday, mainly. Menace to Society. I mean, he's just in lots of classic black stuff.
Okay.
He pulls up. He's got like a pimp suit on, really nice Cadillac.
Oh, no.
Right. And the girl, he goes, hey, baby girl. And the Juanita goes, she's all nice. She's like, hey, Cuddy. He's like, I came by to see you. You wasn't home. And he's sucking on a sucker, right? You see him like slow motion, like licking on the sucker. And she's like, oh, I had to go to my mom's house. But, Cuddy, there's somebody I want you to meet. And he cuts her off and he goes, here. And he hands her $100. Get Sarah something nice from me. Right? And then she takes it and she's like, Cuddy, I told you had to stop spoiling me like this. He looks at Anthony. He goes, somebody's got to do it. And she goes, well, I want you to meet. And then right then he drives off. Okay? So they go up to her apartment and Anthony's looking around. Her apartment, Sam, it's the size of this living room. Cut out where the air mattress is. Like, it's just the size of this square. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Roaches, disgusting, filthy, right? But she's being upbeat about it. She's so glad he's home. Yeah. You know what I mean? And she's like, oh, my God, you know, I'm so excited. We got to do this. We're going to do this. And he goes, hey, look, Juanita, I think I better go. And she goes, what? You just got here. What do you mean? He goes, yeah, but, you know, you could be expecting more company, I guess. You know, and she goes, no one's coming up, Anthony. Stop. And he goes, no, I think I should go. And he goes to leave. She goes, Anthony, I used to see Cuddy. Is that what you want to hear? And then he stops. He's like, well, he made it abundantly clear that y'all used to see each other, you know? And she goes, what's the problem? He goes, the problem is he gave you $200 in my face. And she goes, yo, don't come up here judging me. Like, I love her. She's like, because she was being like all nice and like trying to like, let's just ignore that. Yeah. You know, which I respect because it's like, and she says it too. She said, don't come up here judging me. She said, you were gone, didn't write your daughter for 4 years, didn't write me, and I didn't say shit. I didn't judge you. So don't you come in here judging me and judging how I've been living my life since you've been gone. Mm-hmm. I agree with her.
She's right.
She was, because at first.
Also, how the hell is she paying for all this? His baby? Yeah. Is he sending money?
Nope, he wasn't doing nothing. And she got that he was going through some fucked up shit. Like, that's why she's being that's why when she was crying, she's like, oh my God, you came home. I can't believe you came home. Like, and he was like, I made it back in one piece. And she was like, you promised me you would. You know what I mean? Like, I get her of being like, okay, he's going through some shit, but at the same time, first off, I have sexual needs. I'm a human. I have sexual needs. B, somebody's got to take care of this little girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody has to. Because it is, you do feel the tension when the guy hands her the money in front of him and she takes it. Because I was like, what the fuck is that? But then when she explains her side, it's like,
yeah, what else is she gonna do? She needs the money.
She needs the money. And then he goes, he gave you, you know, she goes off and she goes, he goes, you have a pimp around my daughter? She said, first off, he ain't no pimp, all right? She goes, you know, he's just, that, you know, that's what's been going on. This is my life, you know, but she goes, but I'm here with you now. Like, you're here and that's like, that's what matters, you know? And then, so he turns and she goes, so you gonna leave? And she goes, fuck you then. She turns around and like, she's so like, she's like, this is some fucking bullshit. Like, I feel, you feel her too of like, first off, I'm being honest with you. I told you what it is and you still aren't man enough to deal with it. Fuck you. Yeah. Because I respected her when she was like, hey, because that is the truth. Like, yo, what you want? Look, I didn't want to say that, yeah, I used to fuck the nigga. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. What do you want to do about it?
What do you want to do about it? You weren't here.
Also, he wasn't completely like devoted when he left. He kind of sounded like he wasn't interested.
So for her to yeah, she's not in the wrong.
Yeah. Okay, so
I was curious to whose side you'd be on in this situation.
I'm on her side. Although I hate this guy.
The Cuddy guy?
Yeah.
Oh, he sucks because he's that kind of guy, but he gives her money.
Yeah.
So Anthony calms down and he doesn't leave and he goes over and he hugs her and he apologizes. All right. Cut to next day, he's playing pool at Kirby's place. Terrence Howard walks in. They start playing pool together.
Yeah.
Kirby's watching. Terrence Howard is talking shit out there fighting the white man war. Come back, think you better than everybody. Like just being an asshole. He's like, yeah. He's like, well, you lucky you got that fine ass wife, Juanita. And then right then, Anthony looks up like, like, what the fuck you just say? He goes, hey man, I'm just paying a compliment. Don't look at me like that. But my boss man, Cuddy, you used to tap that ass while you was at Dom. You know that, right? And Anthony grabs his pool cue. What? I mean, deservingly so. You know what I mean? Because Terrence Howard is like, yo, what did you think?
Yeah.
What? Just starts fucking him up. Now what, motherfucker? Oh, you got shit to say now? Bam! You got shit to say? Bam! Kirby is another guy is standing next to Kirby. He's about to go break up the fight, and Kirby goes, hold on. He deserves this ass whooping. Let it happen.
Even though he was the one fucking his wife?
Huh? No, Kirby, not Cuddy. Kirby is watching.
Sorry.
And Kirby's like, remember, Kirby's the one who saw this happen to him when he was younger.
Yeah.
So Kirby's like, no. I love how he stopped it. He's like, no, he deserves this. Let it happen. And he's whooping his, pull your knife out on me now, motherfucker. I ain't no little kid no more. Bam, Emma. Bam, like, fuck. And then he takes the pool cue and he starts choking him to death. And then Kirby gets him off him.
Yeah.
So, fade to black. More time has passed now. The reason is they're sitting at a family dinner. It's, Curtis, his daughter, Anthony, his daughter. She's a little older. His wife, Juanita, who is now pregnant again. Like big belly again.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Much time is passing.
I know. He's rubbing on her belly. And he's drinking a beer. And they're laughing and kind of chit-chatting. And he sips the beer and she kind of looks at him like, when he sips the beer, she kind of has like a, like that kind of look. And he goes, and he's touching her belly. He's like, we're going to have a little boy this time. It's all about the power of the mind, I'm going to will myself a boy. That's what I'm going to do. And he's rubbing the belly. And she goes, why are you doing that? Can you will yourself a better job so you can take care of this boy? And he kind of looks back at her. And she goes, also, can you will yourself to maybe stop drinking so much? And he goes, damn, girl, Juanita, hey, don't start that shit. We trying to have a nice time tonight. Golly, I'm going to get a better job. I'm doing that. I'm working on it. And she goes, Anthony, this is the real world. You can't just say things. You got to do them, all right? Ain't no free meals like the Marines out here. He obviously does not take that because that isn't cool.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Free meals?
But she's mad. She is mad at him. Like when he sips the beer, the look. It's that look of like.
We talked about this.
Yes. Now she is pregnant, so I understand that when pregnant women. When women are pregnant, they get emotional, and my father told me, you have to let things, there are going to be things said that you have to give them the benefit of the doubt.
I feel like that's fair. They are carrying your offspring.
True. But I do feel there is a line with this military shit.
Okay.
Because he went through some shit.
He did go through some shit. And we are taking his side because he's the main character.
No, I do feel bad for the people who've killed people like O'Shea. There's a soft spot.
No, I mean as a viewer, you have to because you know more of his experience. So
I do know facts.
Ultimately, you're always going to look at his side more because we know more of his side.
Because that's why she says it. Because as the writer, it's like, I'm going to have her say that line because the viewer's going to the moment she says that,
the viewer is going to be
like, oh, she can't say that.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't getting free meals. That's one thing he was not getting. That's for damn sure. And then of course he looks at her and he stands up. He goes, hey, nothing was free out there. And he's in her face. I earned every fucking meal I got. Every fucking meal, every fucking dollar. You understand me? And then he looks over at his daughter and he sees his daughter kind of scared. And he apologized. But you can tell it's like, hey, there's a line there. That's my line. So she goes, look, Anthony, I'm 5 months pregnant and I got to stop working at my job soon. You know that. We got to figure something out. And he's like, I told you we'll be all right. Right? Cut to, he's in the car with Kirby and the classic beat from Jay-Z's classic album, Reasonable Doubt, which has a song on it called Dead Presidents, which I do realize a lot of the beats from this album are famous beats that Jay-Z and Beyonce both use.
Interesting.
Throughout the whole album. I mean, the whole soundtrack.
Yeah.
Soundtrack's beautiful. It's because it's not those songs. It's obviously the classic original beat.
The original song.
When you watch this movie, I was like, Jay-Z and Beyonce watched this together while they were dating, like young, and like started going through must have went through the samples. Because it's insane how many of the samples from this movie are in both their albums. The Can I Live? Boom, 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 boom. You know, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I live? You know that, John?
Yeah.
I keep one eye open like CBS. You see me stressed, right? Can I live? You know what I'm talking about? That song?
I think so.
Okay, well that beat is playing, right? And he's driving with Kirby. Jose's in the backseat doing speed, like snorting it. And they're telling him like, yo, will you fucking clear your mind for 1 second? God damn, we're talking business. He goes, all right. He goes, look, bro, this money truck, it makes one stop. This is its final stop, bro. I'm telling you. And then it'll be fine. The money's untraceable because, yo, as it makes this last stop at my post office, because you know he works at the post office, then it goes straight to the motherfucking Fort Knox or whatever, and they burn the money, bro. This is the money that the Treasury burns each year. Happens once a year, like for the economic whatever. So, which is true, like, you know, they burn a certain amount of money, like they get rid of a certain amount of money each year too. Like, yeah. So
why?
I don't, because bro, who knows? Who fucking knows what's wrong with everything?
Seems like such a big scam. When you find out that they burn X amount of money.
They get rid of money too. They can't just make it all.
Okay.
So
then why keep making? Why not just keep the like little amount that you started with?
I think you got to make new dollars because they all look different too. They're all like look new.
Okay.
And you do. Oh, you have to keep because people forward counterfeit. You got to keep changing the dollar bill.
Yeah.
So you got to get rid of old ones to make new ones.
Okay.
That's how that works.
Okay.
So it's a money truck that gets rid of money. That's what he's telling them that like he found this out. He's been casing it, right? And he goes, how many cars? Like Anthony's like, how many cars? And they're like, 1. How many people? He's like 4. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. They all have. He goes, what kind of weaponry? He goes, they all carrying revolvers, 9mm, and they all have 12-gauge shotguns. And he's like, damn. And then they look at it, and then he's like, well, can you take them? And Anthony's like, 4, all packing. And Kirby's like, look, I'll provide the weaponry. I'll provide the funding, right? But Anthony, you got to come up with the master plan. You were the Marine. You were the one who knows how to tactically do all this shit. Think about all that money. You down, Anthony? He doesn't say anything. And then Kirby goes, well, let's take a shot anyway. And they take a shot. All right? Cut to that night. Juanita is trying to make love to him. And he's like, watch out. Damn, move. Like, get off me. And he's super stressed. And she's like, what's the problem, Anthony? Is this because I'm pregnant? He goes, no, it ain't that. Don't be silly, girl. She's like, talk to me. What is it? He doesn't say anything. Okay? Cut to that night. He's sleeping. He's having horrible nightmares, right? Like of the war, of him having to euthanize his friend. You know what I mean? Like that shit. And he wakes up, obviously. And then she's like, Anthony, it's me. And he's like, and he's just crying. You know what I mean? Like that. Like he's fucked up, bro. And she just holds him. Okay? Cut to he's at his meat job the next day. His boss goes, Anthony, I need to talk to you in the back. He goes, oh, what's up, boss? He goes, hey, man. He goes, Anthony, you're a good man and you're a great worker, but I'm closing down the shop.
Damn.
And he goes, what? He goes, I just can't keep it open anymore. It's too much. I'm sorry. He goes, I'm really sorry. I know that this doesn't help you. You know, he goes, but here. And he gives him all the free meat he can give him. He goes, I want you to know I care about you, right? Sad ass music playing. He walks home. He's just holding he's holding the bags of meat. There's a guy on the corner handing out flyers to this Black Panther Nat Turner rally. And he takes one. Okay? You see him coming up the stairs and he's fucking sad. He gets up to his floor. Cuddy is walking down the hallway of his floor. He's kind of looking at him. Oh, what's up, young blood? Bringing in the groceries. Man, I remember when I was married, I loved bringing home the groceries. Made me feel good. Made me feel like a man, you know? Like Santa Claus or some shit. And he goes, I came by to see Juanita and Sarah lay something on them. And he goes, Anthony's like, you came to do what? And he's like, young blood, I took care of them while you were gone at war, all right? I care about Juanita a whole lot. But you back, and I'm gone. Consider me a friend of the family.
Ugh,
if you ever in a jam, oh, bro, he's a monster. If you ever in a jam, though, I'll front you the money. And then Anthony's like, man, keep your shit. He's like, bro, I just laid cash on Juanita. This how you gonna talk to me? And he goes, hey, man, stay the fuck away from my family. And Cuddy's like, what you say? He goes, you heard me. Stay the fuck away from my family. He's right in his face. And Cuddy's like, he backs up. He's like, look, young blood, I ain't the enemy. I don't want no trouble. And he turns like he's about to walk away. And then he, bam, punches Anthony right in the face and knocks, he's standing on the stairs, knocks him down the stairs. Boo, 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 all the meat goes flying, everything, right? And he walks down real slow laughing and he cocks his gun. I tried to be a friend of you, motherfucker. He puts the gun right in his face. Big bad Marine. Let me ask you something. She suck you and she fucks you, huh? She makes you feel like a man, don't she, boy? He doesn't say anything. He's like, well, she wasn't fucking you like that before the war, now was she? Who do you think she got all that good loving from? Huh? And you can't even put food on the goddamn table. Open your mouth. Open your fucking mouth and suck on this. Suck on it, nigga. And Anthony's like, you better kill me, motherfucker. You better shoot me right now. And then Cuddy looks at him and he's like, you lucky this is personal, nigga. Because I ain't going to kill you over no bitch. But don't you ever in your fucking life bite the hand that feeds you, nigga. I'll see you around, Santa Claus. He walks off.
Ugh. Oh, I hate this guy. He's the worst.
He's the worst. So cut to he's upstairs in the apartment and he's bleeding out the back of his head. Mm-hmm. And Juanita's banjoing him up and and you hear the beat in the background. This whole scene is the beat to a Song Cry by Jay-Z. I couldn't see him coming down my eyes, so I had to make the song cry. You know what I'm saying? That joint. So the whole soundtrack is like, these samples are amazing, Well, I mean, these real original songs, but like for them to hear Jay-Z and Beyonce, it's like, because it's the whole, but this one is just, the scene's really powerful, and so in that beat, you just hear it in the background, and it's like, that's Song Cry,
Damn.
So, Anthony, he looks at her, and he goes, I don't care what Cuddy gave you, give that money back. She's like, no. And then they kind of argue, and she's like, we need that money. And he's like, we don't need his fucking money. And she says, well, Anthony, if you bring in money like a real man, then we won't need his fucking money. But until then, I don't want to hear shit. Now whose side are you on?
I'm on his side. That's bullshit.
That's bullshit. We were accepting his money at first. I get it. But now it's a little too much.
And it's like, and what do you mean bringing money like a real man? It's like, I'm doing what I can.
I have a job.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Are they still living in the same place she was in?
Yeah. She says, you need to get it together and stop feeling sorry for your fucking self. I love the man you were before the war. The real you. That's who I loved. All right? And then he's looking at her. He goes, you sucked his dick so good, he just keeps giving you money? I don't believe that. You fucking him still. And she goes, I ain't fucking him, Anthony. And he goes, you ain't fucking him now at least. She goes, Anthony, I sleep with you every night. And he's like, just admit it. You fucking him. Admit it. And she's like, is that what you want to hear? Fine, Anthony. Fine. I'm fucking him. What? And he's like, whose baby is that? And he goes, you know what? Don't even answer that. And she goes, Anthony, you think I'm driving you so much? Then why are you with me? If you think I'm doing all this evil shit, why are you with me? You think I need you? You think I need you in this shit? This fucking shit? You think I'd love you just for this all this? Like I do all that to be with this fucking shit? What the fuck is? Which she has a great point.
Yeah.
She goes, I can't fuck you. I can't hold you. And the only time you let me touch you is when you cry and having your fucking little nightmares. I said he has a line. He fucking grabs her.
Ooh.
He goes, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And he's right in her face and he's like, you have no idea. You have no fucking idea. Which is right. She has no idea. Sam, she has no idea. Mm-hmm. And he goes to leave. And she goes, you gonna leave? You just gonna leave? And she runs after him and she goes to like hit him. And he grabs her again and he lifts her in the air. Don't you ever fucking come up on me. I'll fucking kill you, girl. You know that? And he throws her And he leaves. And she's just like, just crying. All right? Anthony goes to that Nat Turner rally. Mm-hmm. Juanita's sister, Delilah, is the one there giving the speech. Mm-hmm. And he's like, what the? And she's giving this powerful speech and like about war and black empowerment and all this stuff. And as she's doing it, she looks over and she sees him and she's like, she smiles. And then she gets power to the people, power to the people, power to the people, power to the people, right? Cut to later that night. They're out getting a drink. Mm-hmm. Him and Delilah now. Okay? She says how, he's like, damn, he tells her like how proud he is of her. Like, oh my God, you're killing it. She's like, yo, I'm just a college student trying to do her part. She goes, but enough of that talk. She said, but I'm done with talk. It's time to do. I'm dropping out of school. She was like, I'm going to go to war. Like, I'm joining the real Black Panther Party and like, I'm ready to go to war for this shit. I'm ready to die for this Black Power shit. Mm-hmm. And he's like, damn, for real? And she says all the guns that she's qualified to handle. And he laughs. And she's like, why don't you join us? She goes, a lot of brothers from the war have come and joined our cause. And he goes, man, look, I have enough heavy shit to deal with. So they take some more shots. And she's like, damn, you're so uptight. You need to relax. And she grabs his hand. Ooh. He goes, look, I need bread. I'm through with your sister. Me and Juanita are done, and we're done for good. But I got to take care of Sarah. And he looks at her. He goes, I don't know if you'd be interested. He looks around. But I got this plan to make a little money. If you can keep this to yourself. And she like smiles and leans forward. And she's like, what is it? Cut to. Now it's Kirby, him, Skippy, and her at a little table in like a little room. Anthony plans the heist. Mm-hmm. This is a heist movie, Sam. Mm-hmm. Thought it was a coming of age story. Thought it was a Vietnam movie.
So many things I thought this movie was about. And you're almost finished telling the movie and we're just finding out what the movie's about.
It's a fucking heist movie this whole time.
It's crazy. They heisted us
in the
movie.
So he goes, cuts on the table and he's planning the heist. He goes 6:15 a.m. Truck pulls up to the post office. One stop before D.C. A mail drop off at First Federal and Savings. Now, Kirby, you'll position yourself here in the getaway car. Jose, we position me and you behind the bank under these steps. Delilah, position you here inside the dumpster. And Skippy, position you here 10 feet away from the alley. You'll be the lookout. And he goes, we've gone over the attack enough. Y'all know what to do. Anyone gets caught, you shut the fuck up. We keep your money. You get it when you get out. Jose says, and Jose's like, fuck that. I get caught, I'm shooting my way out. I ain't going down. They're like, that's you.
Your choice.
Your choice. So they say, Kirby says, I think we need another man on the street with Skippy, another lookout. Some agree, some don't. Right? It's kind of 50-50. And he's like, and then Skippy doesn't agree. He's like, man, we might as well put out a paper ad for this motherfucker, huh? Who wants to come do a bank heist with us? God damn, how many people we need? God damn, what the fuck? And then they ask Anthony what he thinks, and Anthony's like, cut to, they're watching a pastor speak.
It's the guy that was cutting off the heads.
I know, what a callback, huh?
Love it.
He's a because right when you see, because you don't see his face, you just see like a
but I remember that he was a pastor.
And you're like, oh, it's that crazy son of a bitch. And the camera pans up, and he's not bald anymore. Like now he has a big afro, and he looks like a pastor. He looks all slick, It's like, oh, that's so true.
Who was the guy that played him?
The pastor. He was great in Ray. He's like one of the friends in Ray. He's a great actor. This guy. Him.
I like that guy. I always think, like, when I see him, at first
Fargo.
glance, I think he's Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, he looks like, everyone says he's evil Dave Chappelle.
He's a really good actor. He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's been in so many movies. Yeah, he was just in the recent Homecoming, Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was in that.
Yeah, he was one of the bad guys.
Yeah.
He's in so much stuff. So it's him. And Anthony comes up to him and talks to him after the service. And, Cleon's like, look, man, it sounds good, but, I stand to lose a lot more than y'all if this blows up in my face.
It's true.
And he was like, who's on the job? And he tells him all the people, and he says, Skippy. He goes, Skippy? He says, man, last time I saw Skippy, he was shooting up poison on the corner, man. I don't want him part of this. And he goes, look, man, I can trust Skippy. You at least know he ain't going to say anything if he gets caught. Like, we can trust him. He's like, man, last time I was in the battle with Skippy, remember what he did? He froze up, got Duke and killed. He's dead. And he goes, look, man, that was then. He's like, he's not going to freeze up. He'll be good. Are you in or are you out? And Cleon's like, how much money's in the truck? Cut to Friday, 6:27 a.m. We see the truck driving towards Noble Street Federal Reserve Bank. Okay? We see the shot from the beginning of the movie of Jose in the mime paint.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I forgot that.
I told you, it's so artistically like, whoa.
Yeah.
He's in the mime paint, gun cocked. Street, obviously empty because it's 6:30 in the morning, so there's nobody on any of the streets. We see the girl. Remember the girl? I said somebody was in like a little box in the beginning? It's Delilah. Yeah. She's in the dumpster. Gun cocked, got the mime paint on. We see Skippy standing on the street, no paint. He's the lookout. He's smoking a cigarette. He sees the truck come down the street. He kind of does a signal, right? They smile. Delilah hears it. Here's like another, like, woo, cocks her guns. The truck backs up to the bank. We see a car pull up. It's Kirby. He's in the getaway car. All right? We see Cleon. He's on the other side of the street being the other lookout. He makes eye contact with Skippy. They kind of both make a face at each other. They don't like each other. The cops hop out, and one of the cops like, oh, let's make this quick, man. I'm trying to get some donuts, right? The other cop laughs. They walk over, open the door, which I do get. It is 6:30 in the morning. Yeah. You'd be like, if we move fast, we can get some breakfast.
That's fair.
So we see them. They walk. They make this quick. They hop out, right? We see one walk over. We see Lorenz Tate. He's below. So let's say, all right. Let's say this is the door, right? And that's the outside area. Let's say there's steps here to this door, right? So you can there's steps going down. So if I could walk and stand under the steps if I wanted. Okay. Does that make sense? Yes. They go above. The truck backs right up so they can come right out and go right into the door, bring the money right in. You know what I mean? Like that. Like, so there's least, amount of transportation as possible. They're under the steps. The dumpster, so if there's a truck with the butt parked this way and the front of it faced that way, the dumpster is on that side. Like, see where that black smoking thing is? Yeah. The truck would be there. I mean, the dumpster would be there. Delilah's in that. Does that make sense? Hiding in that. Skippy and Cleon are on that side of the street. Kirby's like parked on the edge of the street. Okay. So if you are a cop looking at it, you're kind of like, yeah. Why are those two guys standing over there? And what's that car doing? So you see a guard looking around in the driver's seat. You see another guard in the back seat, right? We see cops, they walk toward. You see Skippy is looking around. You see a regular cop who's not supposed to be there, just a regular cop on the street, walk towards Cleon, literally right behind him. And of course, Skippy and Cleon are like, what the fuck? The cop goes, you waiting for the number 11 bus? And Cleon's like, yeah. And the cop's like, well, I don't think it runs this early. And Cleon's like, well, I caught it here the other morning at the same time, so you never know. And the cop's like, well, let me check for you. He's like, no trouble, officer. You ain't got to do that. And he's like, oh, no trouble at all. I saw the patch on the jacket. That's why I came up. I'm a fellow Marine myself. Cleon's like, fuck. Because he has his jacket on. Yeah. He goes, us leathernecks got to stick together, right? And he laughs. And he's like, hey, what's the bus schedule for today? He calls it in, right? Skippy is watching scared as shit. Kirby's watching like, do something, Cleon, do something. The cops cut to a slow motion out because you see the cops come out the back door with the sacks of money. Yeah. Right? The back door of the truck opens up. You see fucking Lorenz Tate. He takes off. Runs out from under the steps, comes up the steps. You see the cop looking out the rearview mirror, the one that's driving. He's like, ambush, ambush, ambush. The other cop closes the door. Remember the door's open? Yeah. He closes the door back up so the other cops can't get in, but you can tell that's that would be the training because the most money is inside. Yeah. So he closes the door, he locks it, right? You see Lorenz Tate put the gun on one. The other cop comes up and starts fighting Lorenz Tate to get the gun out of his hand. Lorenz Tate busts that nigga in the mouth with a shotgun. You see blood go everywhere, right? The cop talking to Cleon is noticing this all happen. He goes, what the fuck? Starts running towards the crime. When he does, Kirby goes, shit. He gets out the car and starts shooting at that cop. Because that cop is, he's unaccounted for. He's unaccounted for. So that cop stops and, of course, starts shooting back at Kirby and hits him in the arm. When he hits Kirby in the arm, Skippy walks up, bam, shoots that cop right in the back of the head. Oh, that cop is dead. Cleon is like, fuck, this obviously
is not what we were planning to do.
Off the rails. Anthony's like, let's go, let's go. He grabs the sack of money. Joe, who has made a little bomb, right, puts it on the back of the door to blow the door open.
Yeah.
Right? The fucking, as he does, the motherfucking, the vault car, the truck tries to drive off, tries to leave. Kirby gets in the car, hits it, so it like goes in front of it. So it just like it hits that and now it's stuck, right? Kirby gets out the car. You know what I'm saying? The truck, Jose ignites the bomb. He wanted it, because it's a little bomb. He wanted it to clearly just blow the door off the back. Blows up the whole truck. Kills everybody inside, obviously.
Money everywhere.
Burning money everywhere.
Yeah.
Burning money. It's the theme of this movie.
Yeah.
All right. And they're like, fuck. And he goes like, oh, Jose's like, I did it, yo, I did it. He's like, yo, bro, you were supposed to blow up the back of the truck, not the whole fucking thing. Right? And then right then, another cop is like, comes outside, like from the post office. Yeah, from the post office. And he got his gun and he's about to kill Anthony. And Delilah's like, Anthony! And the cop and she kills that cop, but then another cop comes out and kills Delilah.
No!
So Anthony has to kill, he kills one cop, two cop, and then takes his gun and beats another cop to death.
Oh my God.
So Anthony, because he's a military, kills like three cops real quick, The Jose dude is like, I did it, you see that? And he's like, you blew up the whole fucking truck, man. You blew up the whole fucking truck. And then Kirby's like, you motherfuckers, fuck it. Grab all the money that's not burning, let's get out of here. So Jose, they all grab the money, and Jose runs back to Anthony. He's like, let's go, Anthony. I blew that shit. You see it? I blew it. Anthony's holding Delilah, and he's like, he's crying. Obviously, because he's like, first, how do you tell Juanita this?
Yeah.
He's like, I can't leave her. And Jose's like, she's already gone, bro. We got to go. They all take off running. They all have money in hand, and they all go different ways.
They can't leave her, because if they see her, they're going to know it's tied to him then.
Yeah, it's true. But, I mean, she's there. What are they going to do? Carry her? The sirens are already coming.
Yeah.
So they're on foot now. Their car's gone.
Yeah.
So they all take off running. Sacks in hand, they go separate ways. The cop car follows Jose. God, that would suck too, because if you all take off running, and you're like, well, this cop car is going to follow one of us.
Yeah.
It would suck so bad if you're that one, because you're like, man, bro.
Okay.
Fuck, right? And you're like, God damn. So I have to go to prison for years?
Yeah. Okay.
So the car's, he turns around, he's shooting his way out of it. Remember?
Yeah.
He said he was shooting, and he kills the cop driving. But it goes the bullet goes in the head, and the cop floors it. And it fucking crashes into him into a wall. Kills Jose. Money goes flying.
Wow.
All right. Cut to that night. The rest of the crew is sitting at a table. They made it out. They're counting their money. Cleon's looking at the money, and he's like, God's not going to forgive me for this. Oh, my God. I promised I would never do a dirty sin like this again. I don't even want this dirty money. And then Kirby grabs his share and goes, well, don't you worry. We'll take it for you, right? And he goes, wait. I'll take the money, but I'm sure the Lord will find another way to make me pay my penance. And he slides the money back over to his table. Skippy and Cleon are arguing. Anthony's crying over Delilah. They're all just fucked up, right? Skippy says how he heard over the radio that Jose died. Mm-hmm. Anthony tells Kirby to make sure that Jose's wife and kids get his portion. Kirby's like he promises. Cleon is calling Skippy a junkie. They're fighting back and forth, right? Kirby goes off on I can't believe we're fighting like this. All this money. There's maybe $1 million. So much money. I think they say $370,000 on the table, and they're still counting.
Yeah.
And they didn't even get the money out the truck that they wanted. But this is still insane, right? So Skippy is like, man, he's looking at the money, and I love this line. He goes, man, I can't believe the government was just gonna burn all this. A nigga can't even find a job. And Kirby says, that's Uncle Sam for you. Money to burn. That was the epitome of the movie to me, that line. Yeah. That's Uncle Sam for you. Money to burn. Whew. Biggest facts ever spoke. So we see Skippy doing heroin in the bathroom, falling off the toilet. Yeah. More time passes, cut to Christmas. Skippy and Anthony, they're stopped and they're giving out toys to all the kids, all the poor kids in the neighborhood, right? Skippy's pissed, he doesn't want to do it, but they do it, right? Cut to the boys go play pool, after in the pool hall, and Kirby tells them, yo, I just found out Cleon, this fucking idiot, just bought a Cadillac and is giving out $100 bills at his church for Christmas saying it's from God. And they all go, what? And Kirby goes, hey, I'm going to go kill this motherfucker before he gets caught and rats us out. And Anthony's like, don't do that, don't, Kirby. And he's like, I got to go do it. Like, he's going to get a good. And Anthony's like, I'll go take care of it. I promise. He goes, you better, or I will. So Anthony gets in his car and he goes to see Cleon. As he gets to Cleon's church, Cleon's getting arrested by the police. Anthony's like, fuck, right? We see Cleon in the office. You can't hear what the cops are saying, but you see the cop yelling at him, and he's like this, like sweating. And then you see a cop hand him a pen, and he starts crying, and he takes the pen and he signs something. Saying that, Sam said, I know a snitch when I hear a snitch. Cut to montage still going. The police busting into Skippy's place. Right?
Yeah.
And like, please freeze. You hear Skippy is on the TV. You hear wait. Okay, yeah. They bust into Skippy's place. Skippy is literally watching on TV. You remember Al Green where he stomps the foot?
Yeah.
On Soul Train? What song does he do? He does
happiness.
Oh yeah. Love and happiness. Make you wanna do wrong. Make you wanna do right. Love and happiness. So the police bust in, right? And something's going on. Woman on the phone, 3:00 in the morning. Yo, as they bust in, his needle's in his arm. Oh. His eyes are completely glazed over. He's been dead for days.
Oh my God.
Yo, at least Skippy went out the best way.
Is that the best way?
I think so. We see Kirby and Anthony loading up all their money. And they're like, yo, what do we do about, this? What do we do about that? And Kirby's telling me, like, just worry about yourself. We just got to get out of here, and we got to get down to Mexico. All we got to do is make it to Mexico, and then we'll be good. He goes, what are we going to do there? He's like, I don't know. Start a business. We got all this money. We'll do something. We'll figure it out. And he goes, what about my daughter, Sarah? You think after a little time I'll be able to maybe send some money back for her? He goes, who knows, kid? Maybe. Anything's possible. Let's just go. So right then, as they go to leave, the police bust in. And Kirby, good friend, holds the police, like runs his warn the police, goes, run, Anthony, run! Anthony runs out the back, and he's running. The police, freeze, out the back. Anthony's like, he drops down. You're arrested. Fade to black. Come back to, he's in a court office, in a courtroom. Mr. Curtis, you have been found guilty. Is there anything you want to say before sentencing is pronounced? The judge is Martin Sheen, by the way. Legendary actor.
Just
this one scene. He's uncredited too. He's not even in the if you look at the IMDb, he's not in it.
What?
You have to go to Martin Sheen's IMDb, and then but if you look up Dead Presidents, he's not even credited in the movie.
Crazy.
So he goes, the judge, it's Martin Sheen. He says that Anthony's standing there, and his family's all crying in the back. His daughter is everybody. His brother, imagine though being like those parents, and you're like, my son did what? Because then you would have to be like, oh, Vietnam, my son was not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
He might have been running gambling numbers, but he wasn't robbing banks.
I don't know. Running gambling numbers leads to robbing banks.
You think so?
He was hanging at the guy that came up with the plan.
Yeah, he was already in that world.
The
Vietnam War took him there.
Well, the Vietnam War gave him the tools he needed to do the job, right?
and the being able to disassociate.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
So Lorenz Tate goes, man, Your Honor, nothing I'll say will get me out of this. Things were getting bad for me in my life, and I had to do what I had to do to survive. Maybe it was wrong, but I didn't mean for anybody to get hurt. And then right then his lawyer goes, and Your Honor, I'd please like you to consider that, Anthony Curtis is an ex-Marine, served in his, 4 years valiantly for this country. He received the Silver Star of Valor, received this medal, did this act of duty, did this, all these things. He lists all these things. Bro, the judge goes, cuts him off. Excuse me, counsel. I'm a Marine as well. And I served in the World War II. A real war, mind you. And right then you see Lorenz Tate's face, obviously the fuck? He goes, this young man forgot decent things that the Marines did teach us, like honor, like valor. He is a disgrace to everyone who puts on that uniform. And I won't let the Vietnam War, if it is a war, be some cop-out for him. because Sam, I don't even remember this. The older war vets didn't consider the Vietnam War a real war.
Why?
Because we didn't win.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's at least why I think. I mean, I'm sure there may be other reasons because we were just kind of over there, and I don't know. Nobody really knows
because they don't understand the reasoning. You know what? I always
but it was a war.
Heard that the Vietnam War vets were very similar to the World War I vets because we didn't understand why we were in World War I.
Yes,
our participation, like it was something that had nothing to do with us. We got dragged into it. Whereas World War II, we were directly Pearl Harbor happened. That's why we come into the war.
And that's why I think
people felt like it's like, oh, they attacked us.
This is a real war.
Real war, we're attacking back.
Yeah.
Versus like we're just going and fulfilling whatever the government wants us to do.
Well, because it's all about money. Well, I mean, but it does suck that like that older vets wouldn't consider you a real vet, and it's like, bro, what? So I wasn't killing people and my homies didn't die? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Also,
you know?
He just doesn't want them to use the Marines against. Like that serving could be the excuse for why.
Even though it is, but at that time also PTSD wasn't.
Yeah,
we didn't care.
We didn't care.
So he goes, Anthony Curtis, for the crime that took the life of 7 innocent people, I serve you 15 years to life. Court adjourned. The family is like, they all break down, and then Anthony goes, life. All I did for this fucking country, you gonna take my fucking life? Huh? And he throws a chair, and they're like, get him out of here. Fuck you, everything I did for this country. What I did for this country, you gonna take my life? Then he goes, let it be known that the sailor threw a chair at the judge. They arrest him. Sam, the beat, the original song for that, remember that Beyonce song? 6 inch heels. She walked in the club like nobody's business. Goddamn. Her witness. She works for the money. He works for the money, and her magic is there. She worth every dollar, and she worth every minute. Yo, it's that beat though. And then like you see him cut, it fades to black, and then we see Anthony, it fades back in. That beat just playing. He's on a prison bus looking out the window, just fighting back tears. Dead presidents.
Yo.
Tell me that wasn't a very artistically written.
Whoa, that movie was so deep.
So deep.
It was like a really poignant like way of illustrating sort of what happened to that generation.
Yes.
Especially so you have not just, especially that generation of black men, because they're coming back and like we have this whole, like, this is when we really start having the ramp up of like the prison system, and they're making money off of that. And it's all just like one big factory.
Yep. Facts. So all that's happening. You got black men, doing heroin, all these guys doing drugs.
It's not everyone came back from that war fucked up.
But I feel worse for black men because it's like you're fighting a war. You don't even have rights in your own country.
Yeah.
We're talking about because this is the 60s and 70s. So it's like civil rights is happening. It's in the process of happening.
Exactly.
Which means if it's in the process of happening,
it's not really happening.
It's not really happening.
Not seeing the benefits like today.
Yeah, like today, we see they weren't seeing the benefits. They were going through it. They were the ones sitting at those diners getting beat up. They were the ones getting bitten by those dogs, getting hit with those fire hoses. So, I love the character development of each person, of the little sister, of the big sister, you know what's funny? Because I was against Juanita talking shit, but she was also, both times she was talking shit, she was pregnant, she was highly emotional, she was going through a lot.
Also just think about like you're pregnant, the guy you're with is away, you have a baby.
He comes back with severe PTSD. Like if we're being honest, like if you would like today, because if you're with me today, you would be able to be like, hey, you should like, you would at least be able to, because she doesn't know to tell him like, hey, you have severe PTSD. Like,
yeah, you have a problem.
Like, but it's like you don't have like a mind. You have like a real like. This is how serial killers are like. This is how people end up killing their family later or shit like that. Like you have a real deep seated problem that you gotta deal with. You know? I thought it was just brilliant, the character development in this movie.
Also, I wonder, is it because the generations are separated. This generation would be the children of What did his dad? His dad fought in Korea?
Yeah. 50s.
Yeah.
This is 60s.
So you're so far removed from another generation that would have experienced like the World War I generation. Mm-hmm. Those people are old. Too old to be your parents.
And then World War II is different because, like, you look at Martin Sheen's age, and then you look at his dad's age, and then you look at his age, and it's like, oh, that's about right.
Yeah.
That's about Martin Sheen's, like grandfather age,
mm-hmm.
and then you see the dad who was like our dad's age.
Yeah.
And then you see him who would be 19, 20. Yeah, remember this all happens to him between the ages of 18 to 20.
That's also
18 to 22.
Such a small portion of your life, just.
Oh, and then he's in prison
for the rest of your life.
We're talking about for the rest of his life. He won't, because also we're talking about 7 innocent people were murdered. So when he does get let out, we're talking at least 30 years. When they do give somebody like him parole, and that's if he's on best behavior the whole time and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
But 15 years in prison, I was like, man, on that bus ride to prison, I did think it's like, man, 15 years where you have to disassociate again. He'd have to put himself mentally in that place again of like.
Well, you're about to go back into a war zone.
Yeah.
You have to stay alive.
And you have to play by the rules, and it is what it is. Like,
yeah,
and you already didn't have a relationship with your daughter anyway, but now your daughter, like, when you do, like, she's never, not even she wants to have a relationship. It's like, I get the daughter, like, what's the point? I knew him, like, the daughter's gonna be like, I knew him for a second. He was in my life for a year or two. I was like 4.
That made me so sad.
Yeah, it's a very sad. This movie is very depressing. This is a dark, dark film, but it is genius, beautifully directed, beautifully shot.
Yeah.
Adam Rodriguez, you son of a bitch. Thank you for bringing this in our lives. My God. Bean Mafia, if you want to be Adam Rodriguez, if you want to be the person bringing me the movie in, if you want me to tell, like him, he wanted me to tell this movie. I had never even seen this movie. So how would I have gotten to this movie? This was a movie that might have never even been on this podcast.
And now we've done it.
Now there's an episode just for you guys.
Our lives are changed.
So Adam Rodriguez, he did the right thing. Guys, if you want to be him, hit us up on social media, any of the platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, literally at Spoil the Beans, Gmail, at Spoil the Beans. Wait, what is it?
It's spoilthebeans at gmail.com.
Spoilthebeans at gmail.com.
How emails normally work.
Yep. Let us know what movie you want us to do. I'll send you Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App, whichever way however you send money through your phone. And yeah, you can pick whatever movie you want.
Unless we've already done it.
Unless I've already done it.
And then you can go back, you lucky bastard.
Yep. But other than that, yeah, if you've already done it, yeah, just go back and rewatch it. But anything else, literally any movie, doesn't matter what it is, whatever movie that we haven't already done that you want me to do it, let me know. I will find a friend that hasn't seen it and I will spoil it for them. $100, that's the price because this shit takes a lot out of me. It's really hard to do. I just told a whole movie that I've never seen before and I told it verbatim. It was kind of hard.
It's a lot of notes.
A lot of notes, made her cry, a lot of emotion. I also tried to get there emotionally.
Oh, dude. You did a lot of good accents.
Thanks, baby. Anyway, that was Dead Presidents. Guys, I hope you fucking enjoyed. Bean Mafia, I love you. You're my people. You are my family. Sam, you are my wife. Mwah.
I love you.
I love you. Let's
I love you.
Go rob a bank.